Namaste and welcome. I'm Christina, Vijay Bhakti Yoga, and today we are working on Parsvritta Trikonasana, Revolved Triangle Pose. We will show you in the chair as well as the standing version with the chair. Before we begin, as always, we ask you to please subscribe to our videos or our channel so that you can continue to receive all the videos, the tutorials, and education that we continue to provide for you and grow your practice. So let's begin, shall we? To begin, you're going to want to have your blocks nearby as we did in Trikonasana. And in this particular pose, there's very many ways to offer a modification for this experience. Depending on the limitation and the mobility of the student will determine how deep they will begin to express themselves in this pose, remembering that every single body is different. So we'll begin in the variation that we're known as triangle pose. And so the left hand will come down towards the block and the right arm will come up and you'll reach up. And from this particular space, when we begin to transition into the revolve variation, we're going to bring that right hand down across the body, and it will either touch the arm of the chair or it might touch the side of the chair for the student, and they'll continue to look down towards the direction of the ground. What you want to encourage your student to do is to keep the right hip back, as they're going to want to turn their whole body to get into the space, to keep the right hip down, and in the event that you notice the student's lifting a little bit higher, suggest placing a block under the right foot, lifting, and then encouraging the turn. And stay here. Now, this student, this might be where they stay. Now you're going to take this deeper, and you're going to encourage the left arm to begin to open up towards the back edge of the room to revolve. Remain here for a few rounds of breath. If that's too intense, the student can walk the block back an inch or two, or walk the hand towards the back of the chair to feel the openness through the side left oblique. Then you'll come back to the center space and reach the arm back up and exhale, release. Release the block and we'll transition to the other side. Now, if your student has a little bit more flexibility or a little bit more mobility, then on the other side, they will place the right hand down towards the direction of the block as the left arm comes up. Maybe you bend the elbow or support yourself here. Then you'll start to turn. And from this variation, if you have an arm on your chair, you can utilize the arm. If your student is comfortable here and can continue to press the left hip down, they're going to take the arm down in the direction of that block and place the hand on the chair or on the thigh. Okay? And I'll do it on this side so you see what I'm talking about. The block, high, arm up, or it could be at medium. We come back around and we press. So now the student is pressing into the block and they're pressing up. Revolve triangle, lifting their left arm. The right hip is still down and they're gazing over the left arm and up. Inhale back to center and reach up through your triangle and pull yourself back up. Now we do this with the standing variation. So we take our blocks with us as we may need them. And let's come to the back of edge of our chair, or you can choose the bottom edge of your chair. At this point, it's your choice, really, you choose, but I'll show you both. You want to have all four corners, all 4 feet on the mat all together. Now, you may have students that may want to have the blocks nearby as they're working on the pose. So for the revolved triangle, you're going to step your right leg back and we're going to start to turn the hips forward. And then from here, it's a small step like we learned in the standing series videos. From this space, now your student has the option to stay here, lifted, and reaching the left arm out to the side. Draw the right hip forward, left hip forward, right hip back, and stay here. The other option the student has is to bring the hips back and to rest the forearm on the chair, left hand to the hip or elbow, left hand to the sacrum, and look up. The other option the student has is to turn the chair to the medium height. And from here, take the right hand to the chair towards the left side of the back of the chair, left hand to their hip, and find the twist. Remember, again, drawing the hips back more and keeping them square. The legs are very strong in this pose, or you may sense a swaying from side to side. Now you come back to center, and the next variation would be the student taking the hand all the way down to the block. So the student will take the right hand to the left block, and the variation will transition again as we did in the standing series poses. Now, if your student is comfortable there, then I would encourage your student to work towards coming off of the chair for that particular balancing pose, as they have built the strength, which is fantastic. I hope this helps you, and if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, as always, please send them my way so that we can continue to grow together in our community of education, continuing education. The light in me honors the light in you, and please remember to subscribe to Jai Bhakti Yoga Foundation. Namaste.